Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Vietnam Veterans Recognition Day ceremony. On behalf of the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 654, we would like to welcome you to this morning's ceremony. We are pleased that you have joined us for this occasion. I'd like to introduce some special guests: the Honorable Mayor Sammy Phillips, Mayor of Jacksonville; Commissioners Jack Wright, Paul Buchanan; Colonel Scalise, Deputy Commander, Marine Corps Installations East, Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune; North Carolina District Court Judge Mike Surlis. We have in attendance today also Frank McCarthy, Major, United States Marine Corps retired, coming down from the New Hampshire State House of Representatives. Thank you all for attending. Guests are requested to remain seated throughout the ceremony, except for those occasions when you'll be expressly requested to rise. Thank you. Today's invocation is being given by Chaplain Raymond Randall. Please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the presentation of the colors, followed by the national anthem. Let us pray. Almighty God, giver of all victories, we thank you for the friendship and comradeship we share here today. We also thank you for the opportunities to provide in our lane that our guidance in this hour of world and thy tender love in times of need. Help us to remember with reverence the value and devotion of our departed comrades. And, O God, teach us to honor them by ever cherishing the ideals for which they fought and believed in. Keep us steadfast in the cause of human rights and liberties, of law and order and true Americanism. And may we preserve these high ideals to which our fellow comrades believe in. May your merciful blessings rest upon those left behind and they which are here, and keep us forever firm in righteousness, humble in heart, and unselfish in purpose. Amen. For the land but we was, your forbearance we sing, and the rocket red glare, the bumpers singing air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Jesse and Janie of Jam and Jays for providing today's music. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome Colonel Mike Scalise, Deputy Commander, Marine Corps Installations East, Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune.
What a beautiful morning. Y'all hear me? What a beautiful morning. Distinguished guests, and we have a number of them, not only those that are sitting behind me, but all of us, all those that have served their country in Vietnam specifically, they're the distinguished guests as well. What a thrill it is to be given the opportunity to speak today, get a chance to go out, talk to some of these great veterans that we're recognizing today. What a great opportunity to speak to Gunnery Sergeant Stankowski. I met his lovely bride. This is just a very, very special day, and I'm proud to be a part of it. On behalf of Brigadier General Widely, Commanding General, MCI-EAST Camp Lejeune, let me say that it's an honor again for me to be here with my fellow Marines, sailors, soldiers, airmen, and Coast Guardsmen, as we honor those who served their country during the Vietnam War. Today's interest in this ceremony is a testament and acknowledgement of the importance the Vietnam War has played in our nation's history, as well as recognition of the sacrifices that our military men and women made during that conflict. For those of you that served, please accept my sincerest thanks for your service. No doubt you're experiencing many emotions today that range from mourning a fallen friend listed in one of these walls, to remembering old comrades that shared an experience during a particularly challenging time in your life. Regardless, you should always include as one of those emotions a sense of pride. That sense of pride that can only be achieved by serving your country during time ago. Today is a special day for special people. Thank you for your service, and for the Marines amongst us, Semper Fi.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome the Honorable Mayor of Jacksonville, Mayor Sammy Phillips.
Good morning. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here with you this morning. I come forward with a proclamation that we have drawn up from the city of Jacksonville, and I will read this proclamation to you at this time. Whereas the veterans of the Vietnam War gave willingly for the defense of their country and its freedom during the longest military conflict in U.S. history from 1959 until 1975. And whereas more than 58,000 Americans paid the ultimate sacrifice, laying down their lives so others could live free. And whereas the city of Jacksonville reaffirms our dedication to showing veterans the respect and support of a grateful community. And whereas on the anniversary of the Vietnam War, the city of Jacksonville wishes to pay tribute to the fallen, the missing, the wounded, and all of those who served as brave defenders of our freedom, who will live long in our hearts for the sacrifices they made during this terrible war. Now therefore, I, Sammy Phillips, the mayor of the city of Jacksonville, do hereby proudly proclaim Saturday, April 29, 2017, as Vietnam Veterans Recognition Day in the city of Jacksonville. And I ask that all citizens to commemorate the contributions and sacrifices of these men and women who placed their lives in harm's way, protecting American values and defending the freedom which we continue to enjoy as American citizens. And to all of you that served in Vietnam, I salute all of you. You were brave, you defended this country, and there's not enough words I can say to thank you all for what you sacrificed and did.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Commissioner Paul Buchanan.
First and most of all, to all my brothers and sisters in the Vietnam War, welcome home. I've said that for many years, and I hope I'll be able to say it for many more years. You mean a lot to me. Nam was a long time ago, but the public has finally honored us for what we've done and for what we did courageously for this country. So on behalf of Jack Bright, who is in attendance today, and the Board of Commissioners, I have a proclamation. Whereas the Vietnam War is a story of patriots who braved the line of fire, who cast themselves into harm's way to save a friend, who fought hour after hour, day after day, to preserve the liberties we hold dear. And whereas, long after leaving uniform behind, many veterans continue to serve our communities in public service, mentors, parents, and community leaders. And whereas, as a grateful community, we are humbled by the sacrifices rendered by our service members and their families have the deepest sense of service and love of country. And whereas today, we have reaffirmed one of our most fundamental obligations to show all who have worn the uniform in the United States the respect and dignity they deserve, and to honor their sacrifices by serving them as well as they serve us. Now therefore be proclaimed, the Onslow County Board of Commissioners declares April 29, 2017 as Vietnam Veterans Recognition Day in Onslow County, and encourages all citizens to recognize.
Retired. You all have his bio in the program, but I'll go over some of the highlights. Benny Stankowski enlisted in the Marine Corps in 1965, and after the Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego and Infantry Training School, was assigned MOS 0351. He then reported to Charlie Company, 1st Battalion, 8th Marines in July of 1966. He began his boxing career that same year and was on the All-Marine boxing team. In November of 1966, he received his first Purple Heart while assigned to 3rd Battalion, 9th Marines. In March 1967, he received his second Purple Heart while being wounded 3 more times. During this battle, his platoon commander was 2nd Lieutenant John Bobo, who was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor posthumously for his actions. In 1994, 27 years after the battle, now retired Gunnery Sergeant Stankowski was awarded the Silver Star Medal for that same battle. In September 1960, after a tour in Okinawa, he returned to camp in June in 1973 with engineer school and also returned to the All-Marine boxing team. In 1978, he transferred to Okinawa, and in 1979 returned to Marine Corps Air Station New River until 1981, when he was reassigned to Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune to coach the All-Marine boxing team. In 1982, he was transferred to 8th Engineer Support Battalion for duty with Marine Corps Community Services until his retirement in 1985. Gunnery Sergeant Stankowski has been involved in amateur boxing in one capacity or another for more than 50 years and is presently a certified Level 3 National Boxing Referee and Judge with United States Amateur Boxing Incorporated. He's married to the former Nancy Hay of Charleston, South Carolina, and they have 5 children. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Gunnery Sergeant William Stankowski, United States Marine Corps, retired.
Good morning, warriors. Whatever you are, physically, male or female, whether you feel strong or weak, whether you've been ill or healthy, all these things matter less than what your heart contains. You are a warrior. You have the heart and the soul of a warrior. All those things are just glass that contain the lamp of your fire. The light inside is what you are, a warrior. A warrior should never suffer his or her pain in silence, but reach out to another warrior or warriors. A warrior does not give up what he or she loves. You love our God, we love our country, we love our Corps, but to give these things up is failure. We are to be heroic and courageous enough to die for these things. We must be inspirational and crazy enough to live and go for the government. Those of us who have made it through hell are still standing. We bear the name of warrior. And I can assure you, whatever you've conquered, you need to make it shine through. Every man loses a battle, or two, but he should never lose the war. Take this lead. Stand up as a warrior. Before you were born, you were still too tiny for the eyes to see. You won the race for life from among 250 million competitors, yet how fast you have forgotten your strength. Well, your very existence is proof of your greatness. You were born a winner, proud. After all, some say, after all, we have the right to be proud. We are the United States Marine Corps, the most feared and ferocious group of warriors to walk the face of this earth. What I'm trying to say here is if you know somebody, or if you have PTSD, or you're depressed, or Alzheimer's, please seek help. 22 people, 22 servicemen today died by killing themselves. Please don't be a statistic. Reach out to another warrior. See your chaplain. See your priest. See another warrior. In closing, I'd like to thank you all for coming today. I especially want to thank 15 Marines. No, they're not in the audience today, but they're very much with us because they're with me every day of my life. You will, however, find their names on black wall of granite in Washington, D.C., on panel 17E, row 70, at eye level. They were all members of India Company 3rd Battalion, 9th Marines, 3rd Marine Division, known as the Flaming Eye. Their names are First Lieutenant John P. Bobo, Medal of Honor; PFC Albert G. Antler; PFC Reuben M. Armento; Corporal James E. Blevins, Silver Star; PFC Edward Cannon; Lance Corporal Larry H. Crumbaker; Captain Michael P. Getley, Navy Cross; PFC Donald W. Kirsch; Corporal John L. Laurinaitis, better known as Jack, Navy Cross. There's a barracks named after Jack over at Camp Geiger. That's how heroic and brave he was. Corporal Walter J. Nirad Jr., Captain Ralph B. Pappas, Corporal David A. Seabold, PFC Frank H. Thomas, PFC Wallace Williams, and Lance Corporal Roman R. Villamore Jr. These men gave their lives in a place called Gatlin's Corner in Vietnam. On 30 March 1967, I did not know all these men personally, but all these men in India Company 39 were family and will forever remain in our hearts and in our minds. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rolling Thunder NC5 will now present the POW MIA Missing Man Table.
Of the life of each of the missing and their loved ones and friends who kept the faith, waiting answers. The base is tied with a red ribbon, a symbol of our continued determination to account for our missing. A slice of lemon on each plate is to remind us of the bitter fate of those captured and missing in foreign lands. A pinch of salt symbolizes the tears endured by those missing and their families who seek answers. A Bible represents the strength gained through faith to sustain a loss from our country, founded as one nation under God. The glasses are inverted to symbolize the inability to share the toast. The chairs are empty. They still missing. The light of the candle serves us to remind us of ultimate sacrifice for our followers.
Murray Lyman Borden, United States Air Force, Goldsboro, North Carolina. Glenn Richard Cook, United States Air Force, Charlotte, North Carolina. Andrew Johnson Craven, U.S. Army, Wilmington, North Carolina. John Hunter Cruz III, United States Air Force, Asheville, North Carolina. Frederick, North Carolina. Paul Edwin Gore, United States Navy, Bison, North Carolina. Connie Mac Brevetti, United States Air Force, Albel, North Carolina. Frederick M. Hall, United States Air Force, Waynesville, North Carolina. Joseph N. Hartgrove, United States Marine Corps, Mount Olive, North Carolina. Harold Lee Harris, United States Army, Durham, North Carolina. Luther Harris Howard, United States Army, Hamlet, North Carolina. Carter A. Howell, United States Air Force, United States Army, Cleveland, North Carolina. Larry K. Morrill, U.S. Army, Lowell, North Carolina. Dennis William O'Melia, United States Army, Smithfield, North Carolina. Edward D. Palmgren, U.S. Air Force, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Robert Milton.
And please, never forget our POWs and MIAs. Thank you.
Every year during our ceremony, a wreath is laid in recognition of our fallen Vietnam veterans. Please rise for life.
We have departed this life. It is fitting that we remember first our great nation. We humbly pray that we may always prove ourselves a people constantly aware of your favor, and therefore anxious to demonstrate our gratitude and seeking to know and be and for those fellow veterans who served this nation both in time of battle and in time of peace and are now at rest. Grant them your peace. May your light shine upon